All right, I think we're live. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see everyone. I think we're live anyway. Let's take a look here in a second. Nice having everybody in. Yeah, I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Orioles Twins. First game of a huge, well, what I consider to be a very huge 3-game set for the Birds coming up from Target Field in Minnesota. Orioles need this one tonight, man. For the next few games, they're going to be facing teams that ultimately they can beat and need to beat if they have any chance of making the playoffs this year. So we will see what they can do. But good to have everybody in. We're going to talk a lot about it here in a second. We're a few minutes out before Orioles Twins start. They start at 7:40. Nice having everybody in here. Appreciate all of you coming in. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Hope we get a good crowd in here. As always, we're looking for our goal on our likes, our subscribers, and all that good stuff. I'll try to find the like goal here in a second. I had it at 60. It's not going to be 60. That's a little bit too ambitious. Let's put it at 50 tonight. Maybe we'll make the big 5-0. Anyway, good to have everybody in here. Orioles, we'll see what happens tonight. They need wins. And it's come to that time of the year now where it's put up or shut up. And pretty much that's it. It's put up or shut up for the Birds. You got to do it now. So we'll see what they do tonight. And oddly enough, the Orioles pitching matchup, Trevor Rogers is going for the Orioles, and former Oriole Dean Kramer is on the mound for the Twins. Dean Kramer is on the mound. So we will see what happens with Dean Kramer tonight. Of course, he was terrible when he was at the Orioles, and of course that means he will probably throw a shutout tonight against the Birds. Who knows? Shane Bradfield, welcome in. Sony 4K, Jeannie are here as well. Good to have all of you in here. Thank you for the likes already. We're off to a good start. But nice having everybody in. And let's go over starting lineups for tonight. For the visiting Orioles, Gunnar Henderson's batting first at shortstop. I have no idea why they continue to allow him to bat first, but he's batting first. Batting second at first base batting second at first base is Pete Alonso. Batting third at second base, Jackson Holliday. Batting fourth in DH is Tyler O'Neill. Batting fifth in left field is Dylan Beavers. Batting sixth in right field is Leody Taveras. Batting seventh at third base is Kobe Mayo. Batting eighth in center field is Colton Cowser. Batting ninth and catching is Navarez. Again, on the mound for the O's is Trevor Rogers. Again, having a really nice season for the Birds. He's got a 4.20 ERA. If he can have another good outing, he might go under 4 tonight. Who knows? We'll see. For the Minnesota Twins, Martin is batting first, Jeffers second, Lewis third, Bell fourth, Keishel fifth, Lee sixth, Culpepper seventh, Caratini eighth, and Creedler ninth. And again, Dean Kramer on the mound for the Twins. And we'll see what happens tonight. Should be an interesting game. Again, this is one of those things where the Orioles went into the series against Texas, a team that was ahead of them in the standings. And I don't even know how to word it. And there's a few of you in here. And the offense, again, just went non-existent until yesterday. Okay, they scored 10 runs yesterday. Big whip. It would have been better if they could have, used some of those runs in some of those other 3 games before that. The last game against the Anaheim Angels, they scored 1 run. The first 2 games against Texas, they scored 1 run. So they scored 3 runs in 3 games, and then they come out yesterday and they scored 10. Well, the 10 yesterday only leads to one win. The other ones were 3 losses. So they've got to find a way. The Orioles, the offense has been the biggest disappointment to me the whole year. Everybody, including the national media, kept saying, "Oh, the Orioles need pitching. The Orioles need pitching." I don't know that they necessarily need pitching. I still think, and I still say that I think they need hitting. Their hitters are not there. So we'll see. We'll see if they can turn it around. I don't know what's going on with Gunnar Henderson. He has totally checked out, it seems like. I can't remember the last time he had a multi-hit game. I can't remember the last time he had a home run. He's just I've never seen him this bad. And we'll see if he can try to make something out of these last 2 months, August and September. Because if he can get it turned around, it would be such a big, big boost to the Orioles. It really would. It would be such a big boost, but he's just not doing it. I'm going to try something here real fast. If that helped it at all. I think I like that better. I turned down the light just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too dark. But good to have everybody in here. Thank you all for being here. We've already got 12 likes. And we're in for a good one tonight. Orioles, Twins. Twins are ahead of the Birds in the standings. Of course, we'll go over some scores as we get into the game. We'll go with the out-of-town scoreboard as we get closer. But yeah, for the Birds, do or die series, in my opinion. They really got to win 2 out of 3, at least 2 out of 3 in this series. And we'll see if it happens. But they've got to find a way to win 2 out of 3 in this series. But thanks everybody for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Excuse me. Hope you like the background. Just something a little different. Orioles got 4 home runs yesterday. Pete Alonso hit 2. Tyler O'Neill hit 1. Colton Cowser hit 1. Again, it's one of those things. Yesterday the Orioles scored 10 runs. The previous 7 games, they scored 11 runs. They were batting 173 the previous 7 games. It's just bad baseball. They batted 120 with runners in scoring position over the last 7 games before yesterday. 120 with runners in scoring position. Not good. And there is no, in my, I love the Orioles. They're my team. You can see behind me. But I'm not going to sugarcoat something. And I'm not going to be that, drink the Kool-Aid fan. If they're playing bad, they're playing bad. But, hopefully tonight they can find a way. Trevor Rogers, get out early. Put up some zeros early in the game. Offensively, try to get a lead on Minnesota. I feel this first game in the series is pivotal. I really think the Orioles need to win this first game. But we'll see. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate all of you. I don't know what I set up and what I didn't set up. I'm going to go in and look real fast. Appreciate all of you. While we're waiting for the game to start, I'm going to do some quick searching. All right. Good. All right. Share us out. Let your friends know we're calling the game tonight. Let's talk some baseball. And we're going to have fun. We just went over 1,400 subscribers on this channel. Oh, excuse me. So that was great. Nice seeing that as well. Oh, be right back. I want to check one thing. All right, gang, we're about ready for baseball here. Orioles, Twins. Birds need a win. And if they can get this series, that would be huge for them. They're still only like 2.5 games off, or 2 games out of the last wild card spot. With Minnesota, I think, 1.5 games out, so they're like a half a game behind Minnesota. Again, only being 2 games out is one thing. But the bigger issue for the Orioles is the schedule they have in the second half. They got lots of games against the Yankees, Boston, Tampa Bay coming up. They got some good teams coming up. And they've got to jump 4 teams to make the playoffs. They've got to pass, I think it's Detroit, Texas, Minnesota, and somebody else. I can't think of who. To make the playoffs. And that's not going to be easy. So they're going to have to find a way. So here we go. Dean Kramer on the mound, former Oriole. He's got a 1-4 record, a 5.93 ERA on the season. We'll see what he does today against his former team. I'm sure he's feeling like he really wants to stick it to him. Hopefully the Orioles will just totally shell him. But we'll see. He doesn't look happy, but he never looks happy. We'll see what happens tonight. All right, for the Birds, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, Jackson Holliday, Tyler O'Neill if we get there. Looks like Dean Kramer is just about ready. First pitch was supposed to be 7:40. We are past 7:40, so we are definitely starting late. Hey, what's up, Eric? Eric Rose, welcome in. Eric, be sure to hit the like button as you're coming in. We're just waiting for the game to start. I don't know why we're starting so late. This game was supposed to start at 7:40. It's 7:42. I don't even think we have a batter in the box yet. Disney Big Dog Dad, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Moment of Truth, how many homers are here tonight against Kramer? Well, you know what, Big Dog Dad? Normally, I would say you get 2 to 3. If he was pitching for the Orioles, I'm sure he'd give up 2 to 3. But you know, every time we get a former pitcher pitching against us, they seem to become Cy Young. So I'll say maybe 1. All right, here we go. First pitch. Here it is. Fastball off the plate, outside, ball 1. 1-0. 7:42, first pitch. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a slide or a sinker down in low, ball 2. 2-0. 213 average, 18 home runs, 47 RBI, 678 OPS for Gunnar Henderson. 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. There's a fastball low, ball 3. 3-0. It's exactly the kind of start you want if you're Gunnar Henderson. Now he'll probably, with the way he's been hitting right here, he's got to take no matter what. I don't think they'll be giving him the green light. He's been so bad lately. 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball for a strike. Yep, 3-1. He is taking all the way. If Gunner's going hot right now, if he's lighting it up and having a really good, stretch, they probably let him swing there, but not with the way he's been hitting. All right, here's the 3-1 pitch from Dean Kramer. Here it comes. Swing and a pop-up. And that's the pitch right there. It's going to get out of play. That was a 4-seam fastball right down the middle. That when Gunnar Henderson, back when he was going good, he drills that ball, maybe for a home run. He couldn't get around on it. He popped it up and out of play. He missed it. And that's the difference with him right now. So here's the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a line drive. Center field's going to stay up. Center fielder's got it, and that's 1 down. Gunnar Henderson just does not look like he's having any kind of fun on a baseball field right now. He just doesn't. He doesn't look like he's having any kind of fun whatsoever. 1 down. Here comes Pete Alonso. Big day yesterday for him. 3 hits, 2 home runs, like 4 or 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. Here's a fly ball. Center field. Fairly deep, but it's going to be playable. Center fielder's got it. That is the second out. And exactly what I said. This is what the Orioles do. They're going to make Dean Kramer look like Cy Young today. Pete Alonso swings at the first pitch after seeing Kramer fall behind in the count to Gunnar Henderson. So 2 outs on fly balls just like that. Here comes Jackson Holiday. And they're playing Holiday to pull. Third baseman's kind of playing shortstop. First pitch. Fastball high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0. Yeah, Jeannie, I don't think he's going to. I don't know what's going on with Gunnar Henderson, but I don't think he's going to. Hey, Shane, welcome in. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Curveball. Swing and a miss. 1-1. That was a good curveball by Kramer. One pitch, swing and a miss on the splitter, 1-2. And again, I think that's a very hittable pitch right there. And Jackson Holiday can't stay back on it. Again, Dean Kramer, who always has so much trouble in the first inning, he'll get the Orioles 1-2-3. Watch. 1-2 pitch, here it comes. In the dirt, ball 2, 2-2. What's up, Shane? Welcome in. Good to have everybody in here. Please hit the like button as you're coming in. 20 people in here. 2-2 count on Jackson Holiday. Nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the first. Here's the pitch. Pop up. See, that's just a bad swing. Third baseman's in foul ground, and he's got it, and that's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Birds. Exactly what they didn't want to do, they did. Easy inning for Dean Kramer. Bottom of the first coming up. No score. Well, Disney Big Dog Dad, I don't even know if it's that so much. You know, trades and things like that, and releasing players, trades, that's part of the game. What I think Gunnar Henderson's issue is more about his own performance this year. His performance this year, even before the trade deadline, has just been bad. And I think he's kind of checked out. I don't know. I don't know what it is, if he's in his own head or if he's just pressing that much. And I don't know what it is with him. But, you know, at this point, he's just got to get back to basics and say, you know, let's just build on each at-bat and try to get an at-bat where we get a hit. And then the next at-bat, try to get another hit and then another hit. He's not going to go 5 for 5 every night. But if he can string together 5 or 6 games where he can get a couple hits each game, it'll start to get him going again. And he just can't seem to get out of it. But this entire team as a whole, just their philosophy at the plate is terrible. You know, a guy like a Dean Kramer with an ERA near 6 and is prone to giving up a lot of home runs and leaves a lot of balls out over the plate, and they can't handle it. You know, Gunnar Henderson right there, he had a 3-1 count. He got a fastball middle in, and he should have squared that ball up, and he couldn't. And that's a telling sign, and it's something that scouts look at. You know, they have these advanced scouts that come out and see this. And when they see that he can't catch up to the fastball, which is one of the things he used to be able to do, which is one of his strengths, then they've got him. All right, here we go. Trevor Rogers, he's ready. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1 to Austin Martin. Isn't that a car? Oh, that's an Aston Martin. I'm sorry. 0-1 count. Trevor Rogers to Austin Martin. Here it comes. Fastball inside, just inside. Ball 1. 1-1. Disney Big Dog Dad, I tend to agree, but I don't even know if it's really even the hitting coach or if it's just a philosophy across the board. Starting from upstairs down. 1-1 pitch. Here's a fly ball. Right center field. That ball's going to get down and it's going to get all the way to the wall. And just like that, Austin Martin's got a leadoff double. Trevor Rogers left the ball over the middle of the plate, and Austin Martin just drives it into the right center field gap for a leadoff double. And just like that, Minnesota did what we couldn't do in the first inning. Got a pitch out over the plate and did something with it. Frank, Virginia, welcome in. Twins showing up tonight. Bet half the bag on this one. Oh, gosh, I hope you didn't bet half the bag. They might show up tonight. They're off to a good start. Welcome in. Here's Ryan Jeffers, inside and low on a fastball. Ball 1, 1-0. Welcome in, everybody. Please hit that like button as you're coming in. We're trying to get to 50 tonight. We're at 16 right now. Inside on a changeup, ball 2-0. Hey, Adrian, welcome in. Last thing the Orioles want tonight is Trevor Rogers putting up a clunker. 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. Inside on the cutter, ball 3-0. So he gives off a leadoff double, and now he's falling behind 3-0 on Jeffers. The Orioles really can't afford a clunker out of Trevor Rogers tonight. Everything I'd said in the beginning of the show, keys to winning, they're doing the opposite. 3-0 pitch. Here's a fastball for a strike. 3-1. I said the Orioles need to get out to an early lead. They didn't. And I said Trevor Rogers needs to put up some zeros early. And he's already in jeopardy of not doing that. All right, 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back, 3-2. So, to Trevor Rogers' credit, he gets back in the count, 3-2. Adrian, I don't know. The schedule is going to get harder and harder as time goes on. It's going to take a monumental feat for the Orioles to get back to 500 this year. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I don't, and I don't know that 500 is really doable at this point. With the way they've played and the teams they got to play coming up, probably not. 3-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. There's a fly ball down the left field line. That's going to be foul. He got all of it, though, if he just pulled it too much. D. Barker, welcome in. Kramer looked good. 1-2-3 inning. Of course he did. If he was with us, he probably would have gave up 2 runs and a home run. But against us, he looked good. 3-2 pitch in the dirt and low, ball 4. So first and second, nobody out for the Twins to start this game. Yeah, he looked good, D. Barker. Of course he did. Here's Sizemore. Is that Grady Sizemore? Remember Grady Sizemore? Man, he fell off the face of the earth. Curveball for a strike. 0-1 to Royce Lewis. Big power threat right here. Royce Lewis, big power threat. 13 home runs, 41 RBIs. Well, at least he has been in the past. Here comes the pitch. 0-1. There's a ground ball. Just foul down the third base line. Good job. Thank goodness, because if it was fair, it was in the corner for extra bases. No, Adrian, there's nothing this team has done this year that gives me any indication that they can play well enough to get back or over 500. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Check swing. Did he go? They checked down first base. He did. Called strike 3 on Royce Lewis. He tried to check his swing. They appealed down the first, and the first base umpire says, yep, he went, and he definitely went. He tried to hold up, but he definitely went. So 1 down. That's a big out, too. Josh Bell coming to the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside corner. Oh, called it low, but that looked like a strike, so it's ball 1. 1-0. Orioles need a ground ball at somebody right here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a changeup for us. Oh, man, that looked like a strike too, but it's called a ball. 2-0. He's falling behind in the count. I don't like that. Trevor Rogers is falling behind in the counts on these hitters. 2-0 pitch. Curveball for a strike. 2-1. Folks, please hit that like button as you're coming in. We're trying to get to 50 tonight. We're up in our light game a little bit. Usually it's 40. We're going to try to get to 50 tonight. All right, Rogers, 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Got a chance. Third and second for one. Back to first. And plenty of time. And that's the double play they needed. Trevor Rogers gets the ground ball exactly where we were talking about and gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We're heading to the top of the second inning, no score. Nice. Love to see that. He got it in on him, got it in on the hands. Josh Bell tried to get in, but he couldn't get his bat in far enough, and he hit a ground ball at shortstop. Perfect throw to second. Good pivot by Jackson Holliday. And there you have it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. 26 people, 17 likes. Please hit that like button, folks. Big outing today for the Orioles. Really big game for them. Oh boy, they need. Again, they've had one winning streak of more than 3 games this year. They had a 7-game winning streak just before the All-Star break, and after the All-Star break, they won 7 in a row. Their other longest winning streak of the year was 3. Yeah, Disney Big Dog Dad. I think not just Gunnar, though. The Orioles just need errorless baseball across the board. Gunnar isn't the only one. He's not the main culprit to the errors. It's across the board. We've seen throwing errors. We've seen fielding errors. We've seen mental errors by this entire team. We really have. And that's coaching to me. These coaches are not beating it in their heads, what to do in certain situations. And that's an issue. That's got to be put on the players for sure, because they're the ones executing. But it's got to be beaten into their heads by the coaching staff. And I just don't know that it is. All right, Tyler O'Neill, Dylan Beavers, Leody Tavares coming up for the Orioles. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. For the Cy Young candidate, Dean Kramer. I say that because tonight, Kramer will probably look like a Cy Young candidate. Watch, against us? Probably. I hope not. All right, here's a pitch. Fastball for a strike. 4-seamer, 0-1 to Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill's up to 10 home runs, 22 RBIs. Still only batting .219, but he's starting to feel it. 0-1 pitch. Fastball high, ball 1, 1-1. I mean, Tyler O'Neill's got the highest slugging percentage since July 1st. 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. He charges, throw to first, in time for the out. 1 down. What's up, Chris? Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Hope Molly's doing well. Hope Jen's doing well. Again, watch. Dean Kramer will come out tonight, and the Orioles will make him look like a Cy Young candidate. I'm telling you right now. Dylan Beavers, fastball outside, ball 1, 1-0. Pitch. Curveball for a strike. 1-1. Sorry, 1-1. Good curveball from Dean Kramer tonight. It's got good bite on it. 12-6 for sure. Dylan Beavers, 241 on the year. Only 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. Love to see him get going. 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball for a strike right down the middle. Not sure what he's looking for there. I mean, that's a again, very hittable pitch. And you're taking it. One-two pitch. Here it comes. Curveball inside and low. Ball 2. 2-2. Well, I guess that was a slider. All right, 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on a splitter. He got him. 2 down. Yeah, we're fine, Chris. Orioles, it's an unbelievably mind-boggling thing how this team plays. I just don't understand it. I don't expect them to go out and score 10 runs a night, but you get guys like Dean Kramer, who's got an ERA near 6. You've got to pound those guys. All right, here's Leody Taveras swinging and a miss on a fastball. 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Here comes. Curveball in the dirt and low. Ball 1. 1-1. Well, obviously, if it's in the dirt, it's low. All right, we're at 19 likes. We're almost there already. Good job, gang. We're getting there. All right, Taveras is ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. There's a curveball. Fly ball. Right field, shallow. Right fielder's under it. He's got it. That's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the O's in the top of the second. Heading to the bottom of the second, no score. And Dean Kramer, of course, is looking dominant. It's unbelievable. You kind of gotta chuckle, because if you don't chuckle, you're gonna get mad. Hey, Amy, welcome in. I mean, what else can you say? You got a guy like Dean Kramer who's like been terrible for the Orioles. He had an ERA like near 7, and then he goes to Minnesota, and it's only 2 innings. I get it. It's only 2 innings. But, 6 up, 6 down against the Birds. It's nuts. Welcome in, everybody. We'll have another video coming out about our greatest players to wear the number 8. That video will be coming out. I think I need to get some more Hall of Fame profiles updated and out to you guys as well. I think I've fallen behind with them. So I'm going to try to get some of those created and out to you. Because there's plenty more Hall of Famers to get that I need to get done. Like well over 100 more to do. But it just takes time, and I don't necessarily always have the time. But those videos are fun. So hopefully some of them will be coming out. We'll be calling another game later on this week. Because we got a week at the end of August. From the August 22nd to the 29th, we won't be calling any games because we're going to be on vacation. So we'll try to get a couple games in this week and next week before we go on vacation the following week. Anyway, all right, here we go. Trevor Rogers' first pitch is a 4-seam fastball inside and high. Ball 1 to Luke Keeschel. 262 hitter on the year, 6 home runs, 34 RBIs. 1-0 pitch, here it comes. Swing and a fly ball down the right field line. That's going to be foul, 1-1. I mean, you look at the Twins. Twins got 1, 2, 3 guys hitting 250 or better on their team. The Orioles have 1 guy hitting 250 or better on their team. One pitch. Here it comes. Fastball right there for a called strike. 1-2. All right. Good job, everybody. We're at 20 likes. We're almost halfway to our goal. All right. 1-2 count on Luke Keeschel. Here it comes. Oh, there's a changeup for a ball. 2-2. Just a little bit low. That's a good take by Keeschel. Does that ball look like a strike out of the hand? 2-2 pitch. Curveball. Low and inside. Ball 3. 3-2. Well, sweeper. Looked like a curveball. This is where Trevor Rogers is going to have to bear down and give in here. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. It was called strike 3. The hitter is going to challenge it. He thinks it's a ball 4. He's walking down to first. And he's right. It was a ball. Just low. It misses by like less than an inch. 0.4. But he was right. It was a ball. And it's ball 4 to Luke Keeschel. So a leadoff walk. Once again, Trevor Rogers cannot get the first hitter. And keeps falling behind these hitters. You keep having a lot of runners on base, a lot of traffic. At some point, those runners are going to come in. Here comes Brooks Lee. First pitch. Curveball for a strike. 0-1. Kalen Culpepper is on deck. Brooks Lee, 240 on the year, 17 home runs, 61 RBIs. 0-1 pitch. There's a changeup low and inside. Ball 2. Again, 1-1. I'm sorry, 1-1. My apologies. So 1-1 count. I'm sorry, I thought the first pitch was a ball. It was a strike. So a 1-1 count on Brooks Lee. Good lead by Keisha over at first. There's a swing and a ground ball foul down the left field side. Quickly 1-2 on Brooks Lee. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate the likes. We're still at 20. We need, what do we need? 30 more likes to hit our goal. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fly ball right field. That's going to get out of play. We're going to do it again. So Trevor Rogers has got the runner leaning back to first when he comes to the plate. So that's good. So they haven't figured out his move. They are expecting Brooks Lee to definitely pull the ball. Second baseman Jackson Holiday is basically playing behind the bag at second. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Curveball in the dirt and low. Ball 2. 2-2. Hmm. 2-2 pitch. No, throw over to first. That's the first disengagement. A 2-2 count on Brooks Lee. Runner at first. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. No score. There's a line drive. Base hit into left field. One hopper to Dylan Beavers. He gets it back into the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson, but that's it. That's a single. So for the second straight inning, the Minnesota Twins have first and second. Nobody out. That was a fastball up in the zone, and Brooks Lee just turns on it and serves it into left field for a base hit. Kalen Culpepper stepping to the plate. That is a cutter outside and low ball. Outside and high. Ball 1. 1-0. Culpepper is a 200 hitter on the season. He's got a 1,300 OPS, though. If that makes any sense. 1-0 pitch is a called strike on the changeup. Inside and low, but he called it a strike, so it looks like Trevor Rogers got away with one there. So a 1-1 count on Culpepper. Rogers, again, just cannot get ahead of hitters and can't put them away. He's got to find one here, though. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Woo! Challenged him with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and Culpepper wasn't able to catch up to it. That was nice. One-two pitch on the way. Here it comes. Fastball high for a ball. 2-2. Victor Caratini is on deck. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. He got him. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. That's a big out. He did that in the first inning when he got Royce Lewis, and then he got Bell to hit into a double play. Let's see if he can get it again this inning. He got the big strikeout right here on Culpepper. Let's see if he can get Caratini to roll one over and hopefully get another double play. Caratini on the year is a 228 hitter. Here we go. First pitch. Inside and low. Ball 1. 1-0 on a fastball. Caratini on the year, 7 home runs, 37 RBI, 655 OPS. One-oh pitch. Ground ball foul. 1-1. Anybody new here for the first time? If you are, please let us know in the chat. Please say hello. Chat. We'd love talking baseball. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a swing and a foul back. We're going to do it again. 1-2, though. I don't like where Trevor Rogers is putting that pitch, though, up in the zone like that. It allows Caratini to elevate the ball and drive it. He needs to find a way to keep the ball low in the zone. Try to induce a ground ball at somebody. Let's see if he can do it. Thanks, Shane. Good to have you here. All right. Rogers is at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a four-seam fastball. Up in the zone again. I don't like the pitches up there, but Caratini couldn't lay off. He swings through it, and that's strike 3. 2 down. 2 big strikeouts for Trevor Rogers. But he can't let up now. Just because you got 2 outs, you got to get the next guy. Because a hit here scores a run. Ryan Creedler stepping to the plate. Trevor Rogers has got to keep the pressure on now. Got to make some good pitches and get this last out. Here's the pitch. Here's a cutter for a ball outside. 1-0. He's just got to find a way to get ahead in counts as best he can. I don't think he's thrown a first pitch strike to very many hitters unless they've swung the bat. One-zero pitch. Outside on the fastball. Ball 2. 2-0. And he's at pitch. The other issue with Trevor Rogers right now is this is only in the second inning, and he's already at 40 pitches. Two-0. Here's the pitch. Outside and high. Ball 3. Looks like Trevor Rogers is going to be fighting himself tonight. This is the number 9 hitter, too. You really want to get this guy. 3-0. Here it comes. There's a fastball for a strike. 3-1. You really don't want to lose Creedler and turn the lineup over back to Austin Martin. You kind of want to get Creedler right here and get out of this inning. But he's going to have to groove one here and give in to him and let him hit it. 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul off to the right. That's good. So now it's 3-2. He got back in the count. What's up, Richard? The legend, R. Johns. Welcome in. Richard, give me a like, buddy, as you're coming in, pal. We're trying to get to 50. We're at 20 right now. We still got a little ways to go. Good to have you here, though. All right, 3-2 count. Trevor Rogers is set. Here it comes. Pop up. Right field side. First baseman's going to give it a look, but it's out of play. I'm going to put it over here on this side. Yeah, I think that's better. I think I'd rather have it over here. 3-2 pitch. There's a one-hopper to Gunner. He charges, throw to first, in time. And that's the inning, and the Orioles get out of it again. No runs, 1 hit, 2-man left. Top of the third inning coming up, no score. Just like a soft little line drive to Gunner. One hopper, he caught it, threw it to first, and that's your inning. Good job. Top of the third coming up. We got no score, folks. For the Orioles, it's going to be 7, 8, 9 hitters. Kobe Mayo, Colton Cowser, Carlos Navarez. $21 likes. Good job, everybody. We're getting there. 24 more. 24 more. We're going to make it. I know we are tonight. We're going to make it. I can feel it. So there's been a lot of talk. Of course, the Major League Baseball next year collective bargaining agreement is going to expire in December. At some point, we'll get another collective bargaining agreement. Baseball will be back. I still think next year's season is in jeopardy, very much in jeopardy. But with all that being said, let's assume we get the collective bargaining agreement and baseball comes back. Obviously, there's talk of expansion, going to 32 teams. I think we've finally gotten to the point where We need to start thinking about realignment in baseball and how we play a 162 game season. Yeah, Shane, he's getting out of it. For what it's worth, he's getting out of the innings. But he can't keep having this much traffic on the bases. He's got to start having some clean innings. But I do like the idea. There's been some people that have tossed around the idea of realignment. I think I like the idea of realignment. I think it makes sense with 32 teams. I'll talk a little bit more as the in-between innings. All right, here's Kobe Mayo. Top of the third inning. No score. The Orioles don't have a hit yet against the Cy Young candidate, Dean Kramer. All right, Mayo, here he is. First pitch from Kramer. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. See, Dean Kramer, for what it's worth, he's doing exactly what Trevor Rogers isn't doing. He's getting ahead in the counts. He's throwing strike one. 0-1 pitch. There's a cutter for a strike, 0-2. .212 on the year, 15 home runs, 42 RBIs for Kobe Mayo. To his credit, the average isn't there, but his production's there. If he can find a way to get a few more hits and bring that average up to like 250, 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to shortstop. He's got it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and that's the first out here in the top of the third inning. So 7 up, 7 down for Dean Kramer, who's looking incredible. Oddly enough. Yeah, Colton Cowser hit his first home run in 31 games yesterday. First pitch from Kramer. Here comes curveball, low, ball one. 1-0. 24 likes. Good job, everybody. We're getting there. Thank you very much. 1-0 count on Colton Cowser, number 8 hitter, 212 hitter on the season. 1-0 pitch. Here comes. There's a curveball for a strike. 1-1. I think the analytics drive these Oriole hitters where they're like, don't swing in this count. Don't look for this pitch in this count. And I don't like that. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a splitter. 1-2. It's sometimes they're just fooled so bad sometimes on these pitches that I just think to myself, they've got to be looking for a certain pitch. And if they don't get that pitch, they're not swinging, or they're just in a certain count. They're swinging no matter what. I just don't know. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on the splitter. He got him. Wow, that's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Rusty Shackelford, welcome in, bud. A lot of games are low scoring today unless you're the Braves Mets. Yeah. Dean Kramer, again, looking like Cy Young. Here's Navarez. First pitch to him is four-seam fastball called strike, 0-1. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back, 0-2. All right, Dean Kramer's 0-2 pitch to Navarez. Here it comes. Outside and low on a cutter. Ball one. 1-2. 1-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Outside on a fastball, ball 2, 2-2. Just right now, Dean Kramer, to his credit, is getting ahead in the count. And the Orioles are, he's throwing some pitches in the middle of the plate that have been very hittable pitches that either the Orioles have not offered at him or they just haven't been able to put good wood on them. So, it's a little bit of both. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Oh, it's a splitter. Called a ball, but the catcher's going to challenge it. I think he's going to win this. Yep. He wins it, challenged by the catcher at home plate, and it's overturned. It's called a strike, and that's the inning. Orioles are done again. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the third coming up, no score. And Dean Kramer's got a perfect game going through 3 innings. 9 up, 9 down. Go figure. All right, so anyway, we were talking a little bit earlier about realignment. And I've seen it in different places. This isn't my idea. I've seen it in other places where they talked about realignment. I like the idea. I really do. I think I really like the idea. I'm not one of these people that thinks we need to get rid of the 162-game season. No, I don't think we should. I think we need to leave it right where it is. But I do like the idea of realignment, whether that be an American League East and West, with 8 teams in the East, 8 teams in the West, and 4 from each make the playoffs. Same with the National League. 8 teams in the National League East, 8 teams in the National League West. Top 4 teams in both divisions make the playoffs. I like that idea. But East and West. But I think we should finally get to the point where we have 2 halves to the season. Somebody else brought this up. I've seen it in other places on YouTube, and I love the idea. I actually really love the idea. Have a first and second half of the season. First 81 games is the first half. You play those 81 games. Once those 81 games are over, whoever wins their division, you're the first half winner. At that point, everybody's record goes to 0-0. So that way, if you're a team that didn't have a good first half, you had a lot of injuries, you didn't get off to a very good start, we're going into the All-Star break, and you don't have a lot of wins, and normally in a regular season, your season's over, right? You're playing for nothing. Well, now, you cut it off at 81 games, everybody's record goes back to 0-0, and then you have a second half. It gives other teams. First pitch to Austin Martin is outside and low, ball 1, 1-0. That gives teams that didn't do well in the first half a fighting chance in the second half. It's less of a chance that a team's going to sell at the deadline. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball, left field. That ball's hit really well. That's gone. Yep, absolutely. Austin Martin puts it in the seats. Solo home run for Austin Martin off of Trevor Rogers. You saw it coming. He just wasn't, he's getting behind in counts, and he's leaving balls over the plate. You just can't do that. And it's 1-0 just like that. For the Minnesota Twins. Wow. Austin Martin's off to a good start. $1-0 Twins. Wow. He was behind in the count 1-0. He left a fastball over the middle of the plate. And Austin Martin put it about 2 rows deep. 1-0 Twins. Here's Ryan Jeffers. Inside and low. Ball 1. 1-0. I mean, that ball's it's right down the middle. You knew it was gone. The minute he hit it, I knew it was gone. Curveball for a strike, 1-1. But anyway, first half, second half winners, 81 games. Give teams that are out of it in the first half, something to root for and cheer for in the second half. Teams may be less likely to sell off their players. Curveball in the dirt, low, ball 2, 2-1. Teams have instead of selling off at the deadline, they might keep players a little bit longer and try to go for it. I just think the idea is a really good idea. Yeah, the Aston Martin, I know, right? All right, ball 3, 3-1 to Jeffers. What do you guys think? What do you think about realignment in baseball and the idea of a first and second half? 3-1 pitch. There's a called strike. 3-2. I like the idea. I think it would work. I really do. I think it would work. Three-two pitch on the way. There's a ground ball. Oh, to the first baseman, Alonso. He's going to take it himself, step on the bag, and that's the first out. One down. I missed. So one out here in the bottom of the third inning. But I'm curious what everybody else thinks. I don't know. I don't think we should get rid of the 162 schedule. If we can keep it at 162, we should. I like the idea of 8 and 8 in East and West. And a first and second half winners. Here's a ground ball. Foul down third base side. 0-1 to Royce Lewis. No Byron Buxton in the lineup for the Twins. As usual, he's hurt. He's hurt all the time. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Pop up. That ball's going to get out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Royce Lewis. Matt Flat Hatter, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for being here, bud. Hope you hit the like button for us. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for staying. And if you are coming in, gang, hope you hang out for a few minutes. Give us a few minutes. Let's talk baseball. Let's talk Orioles. Or just baseball in general. Oh, 2 pitch. Fouled back. We're going to do it again. Yeah, we got 28 likes. We're getting there. We are, 22 away from our goal? We're getting there. Oh, 2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him on a sweeper. Strike 3. That's the second out. Here comes Josh Bell. He hit grounded into a double play last time up. It was a nice cutter on the inside, or sweeper on the inside, and he just couldn't lay off. All right, first pitch to Josh Bell, inside and low, ball 1 on a changeup, 1-0. Again, Trevor Rogers, this is pitch number 59 he's about to throw. Pitch number 59, and we're only in the third inning. Well, fourth inning, I'm sorry. No, third inning. I'm sorry. Fly ball, center field, hit pretty well. At the track, Kowser's under it. He's got it, and that's the inning. But Minnesota's on the board with the home run by Aston Martin. Top and fourth coming up. 1-0 Minnesota. Or Austin Martin. And Dean Kramer's throwing a perfect game. Go figure. I don't know. Hey, we picked up a subscriber too. Thank you, gang. Again, appreciate everybody being here. We're having fun. Hopefully the Orioles can find a way to get some runs. We need to get our bats going. Yes, Shane, we do. I think that's a typo, but it's get our, O-U-R, bats going. I'm sure you knew that. Just a typo. Yes, it's true. Shane, it's the truth, though. We probably would be. It just, see, again, I have to say this. As much as I love the Orioles, I think they're a great team at drafting the right player. I do. I think they draft well. I don't think they develop well. I don't. I don't think they develop well. All right, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, Jackson Holiday, Tyler O'Neill, if we get that far. Dean Kramer is Ready? Here's first pitch to Gunnar. Swing and a miss on a splitter, 0-1. I'm wondering if Gunnar isn't recognizing the pitches too. Because he swung on that one like it was a fastball. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball inside. Oh, he called that a strike? Gunnar's going to challenge it. The umpire called that a strike. That's a ball. Okay, so he wins that challenge. Yes, it was a ball inside. 1-1. The umpire initially called it a strike, and it was 0-2, but Gunnar challenged it. So it's a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Ground ball foul. 1-2. Splitter. Again, Gunnar, for some reason, refuses to just go with the pitch. Anytime a pitcher throws something to the outside, he tries to pull it and just turns it over and hits a weak ground ball, or he takes it for a called strike. I bet they're going to go away here. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt and low. Ball 2. 2-2. Yeah, but Matt Flat Hatter, at least the Phillies are over 500. The Orioles aren't. At least I think the Phillies are over 500, aren't they? 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. See, there's a fastball right there down the middle, and Gunnar can't catch it. He fouls it off, but he cannot square that up right now. He's not catching up to the fastball. That was a right down Broadway, here it is, hit it fastball that normally Gunnar squares up when he's going good. And he just can't do it right now. I mean, hitters are hitting .323 second time through the lineup against Dean Kramer. And yet here we are. 2-2 pitch. Change up high. It's called a ball. The catcher is going to challenge it. And it's a ball. He loses the challenge. It was barely a ball, but Jeffers tried to steal one there, and he did not win the challenge. So the Twins lose a challenge here, and it's a 3-2 count on Gunnar Henderson. Three-two pitch. Here it comes. Outside. Ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Gunnar Henderson on Dean Kramer, and there goes the perfect game. Guys, 34 you in here. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. We're trying to get to 50. It's right up there. You guys will see it. There's a 50 mark up there somewhere. All right, here comes Pete Alonso, man on first. The Orioles, if I'm the Orioles, I would try to take a base on Dean Kramer here. Here's a pitch. Ball is high on a cutter. Ball 1. 1-0. 251 average, 25 home runs, 75 RBIs for Pete Alonso. Easily the RBI leader on this team. I don't think there's another guy within 20. 1-0 pitch is outside on the curveball. Ball 2. 2-0. There we go. We're at 29 likes. We're getting there. Stanley Booth, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, they are making him look like an ace. You're right. 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. Oh, that's called a strike. Sinker at the bottom of the zone. It looked like a ball, but it was called a strike. 2-1. It was a ball. Doug, what's up? Zippity-doo, Doug. Welcome in, Doug. Good to see you, man. Please hit that like button as you're coming in, folks. 2-1 count on Pete Alonso. Here it comes. That's a high cutter. Ball 3. 3-1. What's up, Stanley? Welcome in, man. Good to have you here. But you're right. Now, he walked Gunnar, and he's behind in the count 3-1 on Pete Alonso. Let's see if the Orioles can make him pay here. You're hoping they can, but let's see. 3-1 pitch. Oh, he swung at ball 4 on a cutter. Now it's a 3-2 count on Pete Alonso. That would have been ball 4. What are you swinging at, Pete? That was a terrible swing. So instead of ball 4 in first and second, nobody out, Alonso swings at what would have been easily ball 4, 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. A ground ball to third baseman. He cannot go to second. His only play is to first. He gets out at first, so Alonso's out, but Gunnar does move up to second. That's a bad at bat for Pete Alonso. He easily swung at ball 4, and then the next pitch he swings at is also ball 4, and he rolls it over and grounds out. Originally from Westminster, okay. I'm originally from Baltimore. All right, here's Jackson Holliday. A base hit here or score a run. Gunnar can run. It's curveball for a strike, 0-1. Yeah, Rusty, that's just not good hitting. And you're letting the pitcher who's struggling a little bit, you let him off the hook with that one. Now, if you're Jackson Holliday right here, you don't have to do too much. Just get a base hit. Here it comes. Oh, that's a dribbler out in front of the plate. Dean Kramer's got it. Throw to first. Not in time. Jackson Holliday with a dribbler. For some reason, the catcher did not take that ball. Kramer took it. And by the time he turned and threw, Jackson Holliday beat it out for an infield single. Gunnar moves up to third, and it's first and third for the Birds. And they got a hit. Woohoo! That was like a 30-foot single for Jackson Holliday. So that's going to bring Tyler O'Neill to the plate. Now a fly ball gets a run home. You don't even need a hit. If I'm the Orioles, Jackson Holliday's got to go soon. Take the base. First pitch. There's a called strike. 0-1. Four-seam fastball right there. Jackson's got to go. At some point, he's got to go. You don't stay at first. Make him throw through. 0-1 pitch. That's a ball in the dirt on a cutter, 1-1. I don't understand this at all. If I'm the Orioles, you got to find a way right now to get this, because the last thing you want is a double play. So if I'm Jackson Holliday, you got to be running at some point. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Four-seamer right there. Tyler O'Neill couldn't catch up to it. 1-2. Well, he can't steal now. One-two pitch. That's a good splitter, but good splitter right there. But Tyler O'Neill got a piece of it and fouled it off. So 1-2. We're going to do it again. Golden opportunity right here for the Birds. Hey, guys, thanks for the likes. We got 31. We're 19 away from our goal. 38 of you in here. 1-0 Minnesota. Orioles are threatening, though. 1 out, first and third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. They got the runner scores! Jackson Holliday went to second. They threw through, and Jackson stopped. And as Jackson stopped, Gunnar Henderson broke for home, and he scored before they tagged Jackson Holliday out. They did tag out Jackson Holliday. The inning's over, but the Orioles did get the run. They tied the game. We're heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 1-1. Good hustle by Gunnar Henderson to get home as quick as he could. He dove to the plate, and great by Jackson Holliday to stop halfway down and make them come to him and hesitate long enough for Gunnar Henderson to score there. Good job. Strikeout by Tyler O'Neill. The inning's over. It's a strike him out, throw him out, but not before the Orioles scored the run. We're tied 1-1. Thought I updated it. There we go. 1-1. Bottom of the fourth coming up. So, good hustle by Gunnar Henderson and a good read by Gunnar right there to recognize that Jackson Holliday stopped and just broke right to the plate. And they weren't going to get him. So, that's a big play for the O's. 1-1 game. Take your runs any way you can get them. Luke Keeschel, Brooks Lee. Kalen Culpepper coming to the plate for the Minnesota Twins. But anyway, yeah, Gunnar can run, Jeannie. He's definitely got good speed. Jackson's got good speed, too. I'm glad he held up. Even though it's caught stealing, the Orioles got to run. It's not an RBI for anybody. It's just it's actually a stolen base for Gunnar. All right, Trevor Rogers' first pitch to Keisha is high for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, Gunnar can run, Rusty. He's got good speed. He just can't hit. 1-0 pitch. There's a ground ball. Foul down the first base side. Just foul. He just can't hit. That's all. But it was a good heads-up play for him to really see that. So a 1-1 count on Luke Keeschel. Here we go. Yeah, he can't. Well, this season's the one that counts. I don't care what he did last year, and I don't care what he does next year. I care about what he does this year. Changeup is low, ball 2-1. But I'm hoping Gunnar turns it around. We really want him to do well. We don't want him to do bad. We want him to do great. 2-1 pitch. Inside. Almost hit his foot. Ball 3. Oh, he says it did! It was a curveball inside. It didn't look like it got the foot. But now the umpire's saying it did hit his foot. So that's a hit batsman. Now, runner on first, nobody out. Here we go again. Trevor Rogers is not... He cannot have a clean inning. This is his... we're into the bottom of the fourth inning. He's yet to have a clean inning. First pitch, inside and low on a changeup, ball 1-0. He is at pitch 63 through only 3 innings. And again, Trevor Rogers falling behind in the count. 1-0 pitch, swinging a foul off his foot, 1-1. Yeah, Trevor's got I don't think he's gone 0-1 on any hitter tonight. I think he's been behind 1-0 on every single hitter. Or if he has gotten ahead, it's not that often. It's like he's only gotten like 1 or 2 hitters where he's been ahead in the count after the first pitch. First pitch strike. He just hasn't done it tonight. He's struggling. 1-1 pitch. There's a cutter or sweeper for a strike. 1-2. If he can find a way to get that pitch right there, he's going to be successful tonight. That's the outside part of the plate, low and outside, just at the bottom of the zone. But it's a strike every time. And right-handed hitters aren't going to do anything with that. All right, so Brooksley's got a 1-2 count. Let's see what happens here. Nope, throw over to first. Runner's back. There's another like. Thank you, gang. I saw it. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball. Is it foul? Did they call that fair? Oh my God! It's a ground ball to the first baseman, Pete Alonso. He takes it. He fumbles the darn ball down the line, and literally, it's an error by Pete Alonso. It's a ground ball right down the line. He grabs it with his glove, tries to scoop it, and instead of scooping it, he throws it over to the pitcher, and it's a fair ball. I think it's a fair ball. Let's see. Is it foul? That's terrible baseball right there. It's foul. All right, so it's a foul ball. The Orioles got lucky. It's a foul ball. We're going to do it over. The runner goes back to first. It's a 1-2 count on Brooks Lee. We got lucky. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high and outside. Bias aside, who looks better right now? I can't see the game. That's why I ask. Queens get the money, I think. Welcome in. I guess it depends on what you mean by who looks better. I don't think. 2-2 pitch inside on a changeup and low. Ball 3-2. Minnesota looks better right now. The Orioles are not playing clean ball at all. Trevor Rogers is getting behind in the count. Neither one looks great, but I'd say Minnesota's getting all the base runners right now. 3-2 pitch. Fly ball, left field. That ball is down for a base hit. The runner is going to go to third, and that's going to be a double for Brooks Lee. Second and third, nobody out. I don't know how the Orioles didn't get to that ball. That ball was up in the air for a long time, and neither the left fielder nor the right fielder got to that ball. I thought that was going to be just a fly ball out. Nobody got there. That ball was up in the air for a long time. I have no idea how nobody got to that ball, but that's a double. And now it's second and third, nobody out. In Minnesota, the Orioles just tied it, and the Orioles are going to give it right back. Swinging a foul back to Culpepper, 0-1. I don't understand how that ball's not caught. That ball was in the air for a very long time. Dylan Beavers didn't get there. Colton Cowser didn't get there. 0-1 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Fastball inside and high. Ball 1. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, left field. Shallow. In comes Dylan Beavers. He's got it. They're going to go to third. The runner's going to score. He's going to tag and score, and the Twins get the lead back. Keishel is going to score on the sac fly. It's 2-1. Minnesota on a fly ball to Dylan Beavers. They got the run right back. But they're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You get a runner at third. Find a way to get him home, and that's exactly what they did. It's something the Orioles don't do well at all. Here comes Caratini with a runner at second. Now 1 down. First pitch to him. Here it comes. Inside, and that hit him. It hit the runner, so it's a dead ball. It's a dead ball. Keishel's got to go back to second. But it hit. Oh, my God. First pitch to him, Rogers hits the batter, Caratini. That's the second hit batsman in this inning, and now it's first and second. It hit his Achilles heel. Good Lord, talk about self-imploding. 32 likes, gang. We are 18 away from our goal. Please hit that like button. 2-1 Twins. First and second, only 1 out. And Trevor Rogers is struggling tonight. He is absolutely struggling. He's got Ryan Kreidler stepping to the plate. And Austin Martin, who's just tagged him all night long, on deck. Yeah, Shane, and it doesn't look good for them because the bats aren't swinging well at all. They haven't hit anything tonight. All right. Excuse me. All right, here we go. First pitch. Swing and a pop-up. First base side. Pete Alonso's going to give it a look. He's over there. He's got it. In foul ground. Alonso makes the catch. He's going to run it back into the infield. The runners are going to hold. And that's the second out of the inning. 1 swing and Kreidler's out. I don't know if that's to the Orioles' advantage or not because I was hoping for a double play there. That's going to bring Austin Martin to the plate. Martin's 2 for 2. He's got a double and a home run against Trevor Rogers. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a home run. Here's the first pitch to him. Here's a sweeper for a strike, 0-1. Two-1 Minnesota. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Minnesota's had all kinds of traffic in this game. 0-1 pitch. Outside. Throw back behind the runner at first. He is back. So a 1-1 count on Austin Martin. Yeah, Shane, if we can get out of this with just a 1 run, that'd be great. 1-1 pitch. Nope, inside and low. Ball 2. We almost hit him. 2-1. Yeah, Trevor Rogers is really, really struggling with control tonight. His command is an issue in this game. He's got 2 walks. He's got two hit batsmen. Fly ball, left field. Dylan Beavers at the track makes the catch. Woo! Man, Austin Martin hit that ball. I thought that ball was going to leave, but at the track, Dylan Beavers makes the catch, and that's the inning. But another run in for Minnesota. 2-1. Top of the 5th coming up. I'm going to run to the restroom, gang. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, we got out of it, Shane. Just the 1 run. That's a win. Isn't that sad when that's a win? Only giving up 1 run. All right, gang, here we go. We're back. Orioles need to get this run back. Dean Kramer is pitching like an ace against the Birds. See if we can do anything with this now. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Love seeing all the likes. We are growing. We're going to go up to 34. Hey, Wayman, welcome in. Luckily got out of there with just 1 allowed. Might need to be the end of the night for Rogers, right? He's starting to realize he's overthrowing those inside. I agree, Wayman. I think that probably will be it for him, unfortunately. All right, here's Dylan Beavers. First pitch to him. Here it comes. Fastball low, but it's called a strike. 0-1. That looked like a ball. So 0-1 count on Dylan Beavers. He struck out his first time up. Oh, 1 pitch. Fastball for a strike. Strike 2. So quickly, Dylan Beavers is down in the count 0-2, just like that. How does a team that scored 10 runs yesterday, I don't even know what to say. They got 1 hit through 4 innings. Oh, 2 pitch. Fastball high, ball 1. 1-2. Dean Kramer is throwing a lot of fastballs tonight. And some of those fastballs are very hittable pitches. The Orioles just aren't seeing it. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt on a splitter. Ball 2. 2-2. $34 likes, gang. Thank you. 16 away from our goal. Two-two pitch. Here's a pop-up. It's going to be foul and out of play down the left field line. We're going to do it again. Kramer's at 61 pitches. Threw 4 innings himself, so he's throwing a lot of pitches, even though he's getting out of these innings. He threw a lot of pitches last inning. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on a 4-seam fastball up in the zone, and Dylan Beavers could not catch up to it. 1 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Wow, Dean Kramer's looking... He's just little bit of extra on it, and that would have been a ball. Here's Leody Taveras, first pitch. Here it comes. Curveball for a strike. See, they're just not recognizing that curveball. I mean, he's going like this, and it's a strike. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Here's splitter low, ball 1, 1-1. Hey, Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Sure to give us a like as you're coming in, pal. Appreciate it. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Change up for a splitter for a strike. 1-2. Man, it looked like a change up to me. One-two pitch. Swinging a foul back. We're going to do it again. Yeah, Shane, it sure seems like it. But again, you know, when you see guys leave the Orioles and do well, and when they were here, they were terrible, you got to wonder, it's got to be the Orioles, it's got to be the development. It's got to be. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Splitter fouled off. We're going to do it again. I mean, I just don't know what else it could be. I mean, not every Orioles player has moved on and done wonderful, but we've seen some guys really, you know, Brian Baker, look at him now down in Tampa Bay. Look at DL Hall's doing well with Milwaukee. Kyle Stowers was an all-star for the Miami Marlins. Yeah, but when they were here with us, they were mediocre at best. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball to the first baseman. He's going to take it himself, step on the bag, and that's the second out. What's up, Ryan? Welcome in. I mean, Gausman was good for Toronto. I mean, Jake Arrieta left, and he won a Cy Young with the Cubs. First pitch to Mayo. Fly ball foul down the left field side. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a foul off to the right. That's going to get out of play. Brian Baker's fine. Brian Baker, it was always a head thing with him. All right, so quickly 0-2 on Kobe Mayo. If you're Dean Kramer, you're probably going to throw a splitter away here, and you'll probably get him to strike out. Here it comes. Yep, splitter away or slider away, but Kobe Mayo was able to foul it off. Now, if you're Dean Kramer right here, you got him 0-2, I throw a fastball up in the zone. Way up in the zone, and see if Mayo will chase. Because you have 1 or 2 pitches to waste. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball. The third baseman. He's got it. Easy throw to first, and that's the inning. So once again, the Orioles do nothing against Dean Kramer. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 2-1 Minnesota. It's stunning to me. And the thing about it is, here's the part that really irritates me. If this score holds, and let's say Minnesota wins 2-1, 3-1, whatever, Craig Albernaz will say, "Oh, Dean Kramer was great tonight. He was really on. He had great stuff. There was just nothing we could do. Tip our cap to him." Instead of maybe it's, you know what, we didn't take advantage. Because he's left some pitches out over the plate, and the Orioles just haven't been able to do anything with it. I don't know. I'm stunned. Yeah, I don't think Trevor Rogers will be back out. I think I don't think Trevor Rogers is going to come back out for the 5th inning. He's had a lot of traffic on the base pass today. Lots of runners on the bases. 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 hit batsmen. He's had a lot of traffic on the bases. He's lucky to only be down 2-1. Yeah, I thought that ball too, Wayman. I thought that ball was catchable. I agree with you. All right, so yeah, Cam Sanders is in the game for the Orioles. I don't even want to tell you, but here he is. First pitch to Ryan Jeffers is swinging a foul off to the right, 0-1. So yeah, Cam Sanders now in the game. Trevor Rogers done 4 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks. He's on the hook for the loss right now. Cam Sanders, 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. There's a called strike with the 4-seam fastball. So quickly 0-2. So Cam Sanders is at least doing what Trevor Rogers couldn't do, and he's getting ahead in the count. 0-2 pitch outside and low on a slider, ball 1. Hey, Lashuga Group, welcome in. Appreciate it. Hope you, if you could, hit the like for us. We're trying to get to 50 likes. We're at 37. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Backhanded by Gunnar. Long throw. 1-hopper. In time. And that's the first out. Nice play by Gunnar. Not trying to overthrow it. Knew the runner wasn't fast. He took it in the hole. Backhands it. Long throws. But he 1-hops it. And it makes it a manageable 1-hopper for Pete Alonso to get the out. One down for Royce Lewis, who struck out twice tonight. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch way inside. Almost hit him. Ball 1. Yeah, Wayman, he definitely struggled throughout this entire game. He was fighting his command the entire game tonight. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. There's a fly ball. Left field. Pretty shallow. That's going to fall in for a base hit. 1-out single for Royce Lewis right there. Again, that ball looked like it hung up. But, I guess Dylan Beaver's just playing too deep. Can't get to that ball. He didn't hit it hard. He just loops it into left field. So a 1-out single. That brings Josh Bell to the plate. Bell's hitting from the left side this time. Swinging a foul off to the left side. 0-1. I forgot Josh Bell is a switch hitter. All right, runner on first. 1 down. 0-1 count on Josh Bell. Need to keep this ball low in the zone. Here's a pitch. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. There's a 4-seam fastball. Bottom of the zone for a called strike. Quickly 0-2 on him. Oh, 2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Going to go to first, second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Good try. It was a nice shuffle pass from Jackson Holliday. The play just took too long. It wasn't hit hard. And Gunnar made a really strong throw to first, but it just wasn't in time. But they did get the lead runner, and that's now 2 outs in the inning. Benjamin Orozco, welcome in. What do you think? I got Baltimore winning under 7.5. Keishel's up. Hit first pitch inside for a 4-seam fastball. Ball 1. 1-0. I don't know, Benjamin. 2-1 right now. Minnesota's winning, but you are under the 7.5. It's possible. Very many runs, and Minnesota's not this heavy offensive team either, so maybe. 2-0 pitch. There's a pop-up. Shallow right field. Jackson Holliday's calling it. He's under it. He's got it. And that's the inning. Great job. No runs, no hits. One man left. Top of the 6th coming up. Minnesota's holding the lead, 2-1. Cowser, Narvaez back to the top of the lineup with Gunnar Henderson. 8-9-1 coming up for the Birds. 8-9-1. 38 likes. Thank you, everybody. $38 likes. Good to have everybody in here. Welcome in, everyone. Please hit that like button and hang out for a few minutes with us. Give us some time. Have some fun. Talk baseball with us. Yeah, Rusty, the thing, the Orioles just aren't hitting as a team. I just don't know what it is, but they're just not consistent offensively. And who was it? Wayman, you said earlier talking about, I think it was Wayman who said it. The issue with sending a player like a Dylan Beavers back down to the minor leagues is, who's your everyday left fielder? Are you going to put Tyler O'Neill out there? Because Colton Cowser is going to play center. Or you're going to put Tyler O'Neill in right field every day and then put Leody Tavares in left field. Does that make you better? No, I think at this point you might as well see what you have with Dylan Beavers and just leave him out there. Let him work his way through it. Get the at-bats. I get what you're saying, but I'm sorry. In my mind, the season is over for the Orioles. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I think too many things are stacked against them. All right, here's Colton Cowser, first pitch. Fly ball, center field. Hit pretty well, but it's going to be playable. At the track, center fielder's got it, and that's one down. So one out here in the top of the 6th, and so far, Dean Kramer's given up one hit in the game. One hit. And that was a little dribbler out in front of the plate where Jackson Holliday beat it out. Here comes Carlos Narvaez. 182 hitter. First pitch is a called strike on a 4-seam fastball. 0-1. One pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. Quickly 0-2. Here's Narvaez. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Called strike 3 on the... No, do not challenge that. Yep, he's out. Called strike 3 on the corner. He almost went like he was going to challenge it, but I'm glad he didn't. That's strike 3. It would have been strike 3 either way. And Dean Kramer is just... I'm absolutely stunned at this. That the Oriole hitters look this bad against him. That's absolutely unconscionable. Unbelievable. Back to the top of the lineup for Gunnar Henderson. Here we go. First pitch to him. There's a splitter for a ball. 1-0. Absolutely stunned at how bad they're playing. Offensively. Just horrendous team. Horrendous. 1-0 pitch. Curveball, low, ball 2. Yeah, Rusty, the Orioles, they're not making the playoffs this year. This season's over. This is about seeing what everybody can do the rest of the way. 2-0 pitch. There's one hopper to the second baseman. He's got it. Gunner's not even running. And that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Gunner. Wow. Connor Henderson he's not even running down the line. Well, not even running down the line. That's I don't like the look of that. All right, let's go around the out-of-town scoreboard. We were supposed to do that at the end of the 5th inning. Let's do it now. Not many games right now going on in baseball. Bottom of the 7th inning, Blue Jays got a 2-0 lead over the Red Sox. Top of the 6th, Mets 7-5 over the Braves. Bottom of the 5th, Phillies 3-0 over the Cardinals. Rangers, Angels, Rockies, D-backs, Rays, A's, Brewers, Padres, Astros, Giants, Royals, Dodgers, all later. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Wayman. He couldn't do that with us to save his soul, and yet he faces the Orioles, and he's got 5 of them in what, 6 innings? Where is that the Orioles hitters, or is that the Orioles development team? Where does the blame lie for something like this? I mean, I'm stunned by this. I really am. One hit against him in 6 innings. And Gunner not running that ball out there, I don't care. You got to run. Brooks Lee, Kalen Culpepper, Victor Caratini against Cam Sanders. Here we go. First pitch. Here's a called strike, 0-1. There's a ball in the dirt, 1-1. Yeah, Rusty, exactly. And that's the other thing, too. It's not just about who you're playing, your schedule, but you got to pass a lot of teams, and that's just not going to happen. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a foul right there at the plate, 1-2. Now, all this being said, the pitchers to this point, we're into the 6th inning, and the Orioles pitchers have given up 2 runs. 2. That's it so far. 2 runs on 5 hits. That's all they've given up. They're keeping the Orioles in the game, or is the offense. I mean, is the pitching. All right, 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a ground ball. Third baseman's got it. He bobbles it. Mayo throw to first. Not in time. Oh, he got him. It was in time. Mayo booted it at first. Got up, threw a strike. It was a 1-hopper. But first baseman Pete Alonso was able to corral it, and he did get him at first, and that's the first out. Wow, nice play by Kobe Mayer to stick with it. It was a ground ball that he booted it at first, but then he threw to first, and it was just in time. Orioles defense is going to call it. It's so strike 1 to Culpepper, 0-1 on the slider. Orioles defense is so suspect. Man. 40 likes, gang. We are 10 away from our goal. Please hit that like button as you're coming in. All right, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike. Quickly 0-2 on Culpepper. Cam Sanders just kind of challenged him with a fastball right there, and Culpepper wasn't able to catch up to it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fouled off. We're going to do it again. All right, Sanders is set. He's at the belt. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off again. He's throwing fastballs in the upper 90s, and Culpepper is just getting enough to keep the at-bat alive. (0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on a slider. He got him. And that's the second out of the inning. What a nice pitch. 41 likes. 9 to go. Thanks, King. That was a nice pitch by Cam Sanders right there. Slider, and just backdoored it on him, and he wasn't ready for it. And that's called strike 3. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Caratini. First pitch. Pop up. Shallow left field. Dylan Beavers is under it. He's got it, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for Minnesota. Top of the 7th, come up. 2-1. Minnesota's got the lead. Again, I don't know how to take the Orioles offense. You know, they had the last game against the Angels, they scored 1 run. The first 2 games against, who'd they beat yesterday? That fast, I already forgot. Against Texas, they scored 1 run. So 3 straight games, they scored all of 3 runs, 1, 1, and 1. And then yesterday, they come out and they get 10 runs. And then here we are back today, and through 6 innings, they've scored 1 run on 1 hit. The offense doesn't make any sense to me. There's no rhythm to the Orioles offense. There's no consistency at all to the Orioles offense. They can't get on a roll. They have no one guy that is carrying them or even close to carrying them. Pete Alonso yesterday goes 3 for 3, 2 home runs, like 4 or 5 RBIs, has a great game. He's 0 for 2 today. He's done nothing in this game. Not one hitter for the Orioles can carry them for a week. I'm not even asking for him to carry them for the season. Just carry them for a week. Can't do it. Nobody does. Tough time for the Birds. And, you know, when you lose games 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, they're one of the worst teams in baseball in 1-run games. They're like 10-18 in 1-run games. But again, here we are into the 7th inning, and the pitching is keeping them in this game. All right, Pete Alonso, Jackson Holiday, Tyler O'Neill, your 2-3-4 hitters coming up. Dean Kramer's throwing a 1-hit wonder against his old team. First pitch. There's a sinker inside. Ball 1, 1-0. Kramer's at 79 pitches through 6 innings. 1-0 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Ball 2. Yeah, that's what I said, Wayman. I said the same thing. 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. That's outside and low, or outside and high. Ball 3, 3-0. Now, look, it's Pete Alonso. If he's going to throw him I'm letting Alonso swing away here. I know you're down 2-1. It's the 7th inning, but it's your best hitter. It's your home run guy. If he grooves one here, Alonso needs to swing. Here's the pitch. He didn't swing. Wow. 4-seam fastball at 92 miles an hour, and Alonso was taken all the way. So 3-1 count on Pete Alonso here. Here it comes. Pop up. Right field. Hit pretty well, but the right fielder's going to get there. At the track, he's got it. 1 down. Wow. It's funny. Dean Kramer, he's got 6 1/3 innings tonight. This is his longest outing of the season. His longest outing of the season comes against his former team. You can't make this stuff up. First pitch to Jackson Holliday is a called strike, 0-1. You can't make this stuff up. He's been terrible for the Orioles all season. He's been hurt. He comes into his second game back pitching. It's against his former team, and it's his best outing of the season. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball, center field. Easily catchable. Center fielder's got it. That's the second out. Who would I vote for? Player of the game? Well, Dean Kramer. For the Orioles, nobody. Absolutely nobody. Two down here in the seventh inning. It's mind-boggling. I've just never seen anything like this. Here's Tyler O'Neill. He's 0 for in the game. Everybody's 0 for in the game. First pitch. Swing and miss on a cutter. 0-1. Rico Garcia is warming up for the Orioles in the bullpen. So he's going to be coming in the game. Oh, 1 pitch. Here it comes. Cutter swinging a miss. Strike 2. I don't know what to say. 43 likes. Thanks, gang. Hey, if we're not going to win the game tonight, can we at least make the mark of 50 on the likes? 0-2 pitch from Dean Kramer. Here it comes. Slider outside and low. Ball 1-2. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss on the cutter. He got him. And that's the inning. Good Lord. And you can't do nothing but laugh. You can't do nothing but laugh. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry if you're an Oriole fan. It's unbelievable. Dean Kramer, 7 innings, 1 run, 1 hit. That's unbelievable. He's got 7 Ks in the game. I don't know what to say. I can't do anything but laugh. Because if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. I've just never seen anything like it. This team, in the last 5 games, okay, the last 5 games for the Orioles, the 3 and then the 1 and then including this one, in 4 of the 5 games, the Orioles have scored 4 runs. Total in 4 of the 5 games. In the 1 game, they scored 10 runs. How do you do that? I don't know. It's unbelievable. This team, it's mind-boggling. Yet the pitching so far through 6 innings has kept them in this game. 2 runs over 6 innings. You look at every single Oriole player in their lineup, and there's not one player on that lineup that when they step to the plate, Pete Alonso included, I have confidence that they're going to get a hit. They've given me no reason to. All right, here's Rico Garcia. He's got a 2.90 ERA in 54 games. Let's see if he can keep it right here at 2-1. Ryan Kreidler squares the bunt and pops it up, but it's going to be out of play. It's true. Benjamin, it's kind of true. They're just not good offensively. So Kreidler tried to bunt his way on, but he popped it up. But luckily, it went out of play. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside and low, ball 1. Hoffman's warming in the bullpen for Minnesota. Maybe that's what the Orioles need. Get Kramer out of the game. Who knows? All right, 1-1 pitch to Creedler. Here it comes. There's a ground ball up the middle. Jackson's going to get there, but he's not going to have a play. He got there, but there was no way. He was running, away from the bag. He got there. Nice play by Jackson, but he wasn't going to be able to turn and make the throw. So that's a leadoff single for Creedler. So a leadoff single. Here comes Aston Martin. I'm going to call him Aston Martin. He's 2 for 3. First pitch. Oh, he squares the bunt. Lays it down. He lays down a good one. Catcher gets it. Throw to first. He throws it away. He throws it down the right field line. The catcher threw it past the first baseman down the right field line. And yet the Orioles defense lets them down again. So now it's second and third. Nobody out on a sacrifice bunt. The Orioles muff it. He throws it down the right field line. Unbelievable. So not only can they not hit, the catchers can't even field their position. No, Shane, you can't make it up. So now, second and third, nobody out for Jeffers. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. The Orioles have to play the infield in. That's unbelievable. Second and third, nobody out for Minnesota. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, base hit into left field. One run's going to score. Here comes the second run. He's going to score, and just like that, Rico Garcia has taken a 2-1 game and kind of let it blown out of proportion. 4-1 now for Minnesota. Base hit by Jeffers. Past the drawn in infield. It's just terrible. Just terrible baseball. And when you have a team like this that does not play well at all across the board, they can't hit, they can't field, you're not going to win a lot of games. This game's over. The Orioles aren't going to win this game. Yeah, Wayman, that's going to do it. This game's over. Part of this, I'm sorry, I have to blame the manager. Hey, gang, 44 people in here. We got 44 likes. Let's see if we can get to 50. Give us one good positive thing to think about tonight, please, if you could. Give us 6 more likes. Let's get to 50. Your catcher throws the ball down the right field line. They were giving you an out, basically. They were giving you an out, and you couldn't even execute to get the out. And this would put you in this situation. Here's the pitch. First pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0 to Royce Lewis. Yeah, it's just, it's across the board bad execution by the Orioles. The defense hasn't looked good tonight. Offense has been horrendous. 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. There's a ball. Ball 2. I mean, the catcher on that bunt even called the pitcher off. He went like this. I got it. He catches it, or he fields it, turns, spins, and throws it into right field. 2-0 pitch outside. Ball 3. 3-0. Hey, we're at 47 likes. Thanks, gang. We might make it. Here comes the pitch. There's a called strike. Yay! 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball foul. 3-2. So Rico Garcia gets back in the count. 3-2 here. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Walks him. Ball 4. So Rico Garcia comes in the game, and he is yet to retire. He's yet to get an out. So, yeah, this is what's coming up for the Orioles after Minnesota. They have an off day on Thursday, and then they go to Tampa Bay for 4, and then they come home to the Yankees and Tampa Bay for 6. So the next 10 games are against the Yankees and the Rays, the 2 best teams in the American League. And that's going to do it for Rico Garcia. He doesn't even retire a hitter. And here we are, 4-1. What a sad state of affairs for the Orioles. It's a sad state of affairs. Hey guys, thank you everybody. We got 49 likes. We might make our goal. It really is a sad state of affairs for the Orioles this year. Everything across the board. Nothing has gone right for them this season. Even when they were... Oh, hey, thank you everybody. We made the goal. Look at that. I think we made it. I think we made our goal. Too bad the Orioles didn't. Yep, 51 likes. Look at you guys. Take that out of there. Move that up there. You guys are amazing. So, new pitcher coming in for the Birds. It's going to be Grant Wolfram. He's terrible. 5.24 ERA on the season. Got a 1.37 whip. He comes into a first and second nobody out game. Minnesota's already got 2 runs in. No, Luca, I think this game is over, buddy. It's 4-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Orioles are down 4-1. They might be down more in a minute. There's a pop-up down the right field line, but that's going to get out of play. 2-1 now on Josh Bell, who's again hitting from the right side. Yeah, no, Luca, I don't think this game is in doubt at all anymore. Two-one pitch. Fly ball, left field. That ball's crushed. Grant Wolfram comes into the game. He's gotten nobody out. Curveball inside on, slider inside, ball 1, 1-0. There's a swing and a foul. It did, Shane. It went down very quick. But it all started on that bunt. The catcher fields it, spins, and just throws it down the right field line. It all starts. That was just the avalanche that just caved everything in. 2-1 pitch called strike. 2-2. Sports betting is messing up everything. The Coffee High, welcome in. Good to see you. You know what? It's funny you say that. I'm not a gambler. I never have. It's not my thing. I don't believe, and I'm sorry, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody. I don't believe in throwing money away. Betting is, this gambling stuff, it's made for you to lose. Okay, there's a ground ball, third base side, foul. It's rigged for you to lose. If the gamblers thought you were going to win the majority of the time, they wouldn't make money. But I agree. I think the sports betting has, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Brooks Lee, the man on first, he's got a 2-2 count. There's still nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning, folks. Still nobody out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. Center field. Kowser's under it. And what do you know? He caught it. We got an out here in the 7th inning. What do you know? 1 down. Culpepper fouls it off, so he's got to go back. Kalen Culpepper's 0 for 2 in this game. He's got a sac fly, though. Oh, 1 pitch. Here it comes. Check swing. He went. Oh, no, he didn't go. Ball 1, 1-1. The Coffee High, they did get pitchers. They got pitchers in the deadline. They absolutely did. The number 2 and number 4 prospects from Boston was their highly touted prospects and their pitchers. And they got 3 pitchers from the Mariners for Taylor Ward. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. That's high. Ball 2. 2-1. Again, I think they kind of... I think they waved the white flag. I really do. At the deadline. Not that Taylor Ward was coming back. But, I don't know. 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Fouled off. 2-2. Looks like everybody left today. I don't blame them. Welcome in, everybody. Those coming in. Thank you for doing this live play-by-play. I'm only 15 miles from where the game is being played, and I can't even catch it on local channels. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Well, you should be happy with the score. If you're a Twins fan, they're playing well tonight. And the Orioles are playing like crap. Inside and high, ball 3. I almost hit him. Yeah, I can't show the game on the screen, Kevin. I can call it kind of like, almost like a radio broadcast. All right, so Culpepper's got a full count on him. There's 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. 5 runs in the inning for Minnesota. They have just opened this game wide open. Have just wide open this game. Swing and a miss. He got him on a strikeout on a sinker. 2 down. I can't talk anymore. I'm getting tired. The 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7-1 Minnesota. We came into this inning. It was 2-1. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. Victor Caratini's at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch back in the 4th. Swinging a foul back quickly. 0-2. Tim H., welcome in. Tim says, turned off the game, hurts too much. Yeah, I don't blame you, Tim. Orioles got as many errors as they do hits and runs. 1. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He got him. And mercifully, the inning is finally over. Top of the 8th inning coming up. Minnesota a lot. Orioles a little. All right, I'll be right back, gang. Got to go to the restroom. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, gang, here we go. Sorry, had to use the restroom. Thanks for hanging in there. 7-1 Minnesota. They put a 5 spot on the board against the Orioles in the bottom of the 7th. I can promise you the Orioles aren't going to put a 5 spot up. New pitcher in the game. It's going to be Travis Adams. He's going to face Dylan Beavers, Leody Taveras, Kobe Mayo. Here we go. First pitch. Here's a strike. 0-1. On a cutter at 92 miles an hour. Yeah, Tim, but that's most trades when you're trading away players like that. 0-1 pitch, outside and low. You know, when you're a team that's trading away, you know, major league talent for minor league prospects, that's exactly what you're doing. They're paying us tomorrow for a hamburger today. I mean, that's any team, though. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a called strike. 1-2. Again, I don't know what is he looking at here, Dylan Beavers. He's gotten 2 pitches right down the middle, and he hasn't offered at either one. One-two pitch on the way. Here it comes. Slider, low, ball 2-2. But yeah, that's any team really. When you're kind of selling off major league talent for minor league prospects, it's exactly that. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Inside and low, ball 3-2. 52 likes, gang. Keep hitting that like button for us. See how many we can get today. Full count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a cutter. Dylan Beavers is out. 1 down. Mike Allen, welcome in, says this game should be the straw that broke the camel's back for Elias. How embarrassing. Kramer's best game of his career because it's the first time he faced the pitiful wall. That's true, Mike. Swinging a foul back on Taveras. I don't disagree. I think you're right. I think this is a big. What's the word? I agree. It's a referendum on who Mike Elias has been. And I've been a Mike Elias fan. And I've been a proponent. I've been a backer of his. And somewhat of an apologist. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Here's a called strike. 0-2. But none of his moves have really worked out. They really haven't. I mean, the Boz trade, they signed him. He's pitching. I mean, the pitchers really haven't pitched that bad. You know, Trevor Rogers kept them in the game. 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. But the offense is just so anemic, so terrible. Yeah, Shane, to an extent. You know, I thought from the very beginning, that 1-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 2-2. I've not been happy with any of Mike Elias's hirings when it comes to coaching staff and managers. I didn't think they should have hired Craig Albernaz. I still don't like him as a manager. I don't think this group of ball players needed a rookie manager. They needed an experienced manager. Yeah, Tim, no, it's not going to happen. But again, I blame it more on the development of the Orioles. They just haven't been able to develop ball players. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. Right field. Hit well. At the track. He jumps. He's not going to get there. It's off the top of the wall. Tavares is going to round second. He's going to head to third. And he's going to get there with the triple. So it's a 1-out triple for Leody Taveras. Of course, it's 7-1. The game's out of reach. Who cares now? But the Orioles got 2 hits. He got a slider that stayed over the middle of the plate, and it was off the top of the wall. The right fielder tried to jump for it, but he didn't get there. And for Tavares, it's a triple. So a 1-out triple. Here comes Kobe Mayo with a chance at an RBI. Let's see if he can get it. Here's a pitch. Fly ball down the right field. It's going to get out of play. Oh, 1 pitch. Slider away. Here it comes. Fly ball. Left field. That ball is off the top of the wall. It's going to be a double for Kobe Mayo. Leody Taveras is going to score. And, of course, now when you're down 7-1, the Orioles score a run. So it's now 7-2. Kobe Mayo got a ball middle in and drove it. Almost hit it out. It hit the wall. And it's a double for Kobe Mayo. 7-1 is now 7-2. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Birds. So only 1 down. Another runner in scoring position. See what they can do with it. Good swing by Mayo there. Here comes Colton Cowser. Yeah, Shane, this game's over, brother. They're not coming back from 7-1. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. We'll see. First pitch to Cowser. Pop up. Swings at the first pitch. It's shallow. Left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Cowser gets a break. It falls in for a base hit. The shortstop went out. The left fielder was coming in. Neither one got there. And that's a bloop single for Cowser. Mayo does go to third. He went halfway down. He had to wait to make sure the ball fell, but it did fall. Cowser's dropping his head for one. That's a terrible swing. He got away with one. But his first and third, still only 1 out. And it looks like Narvaez is going to get pitch hit for. Christian Encarnacion Strand is going to step to the plate, which is probably a good idea because Narvaez is absolutely horrendous. Tim, it's true. The Orioles, offense, it just doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand it. I don't know if they're getting into bad habits or if these analytics are so much in their head they don't know what to do anymore. Instead of just taking their God-given talent and relying on that, they're relying on the numbers. I don't know what it is. But you mean to tell me all these top picks that the Orioles have had and you've missed on all of them? All right, here's Encarnacion. First and third. Here's the pitch. Called strike. 0-1. Pitch. Ground ball. Foul. So quickly 1-2 on Encarnacion. Yeah, everybody was loving Encarnacion at first when he first got here. Oh, he's great. CES is wonderful. He's now batting .240. One-two pitch on the way. Here it comes. Oh, maybe not. Oh, here it comes. Ground ball. Third baseman's going to have to charge. He's only going to have one play. That's the first base. He's going to get the out at first. Kobe Mayo is going to score from third, though. So the Orioles do get another run there, and they make it 7-3. So now there's a runner on second, but 2 down, and the Orioles have cut the lead to 7-3. Here's Gunnar, who's done nothing. He's got to walk. Here comes the pitch. There's a changeup low and outside, ball 1. 1-0. One-0 pitch. There's a ground ball right to the second baseman. He's got it. Throw to first. He's out. The Gunner just has to pull everything, and every time he tries to pull the ball, all he does is turn it over and hits a ground ball. Bottom of the 8th coming up. The Orioles get a couple runs, but it's 7-3. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for the couple of people that subscribe, too. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Again, appreciate everybody being here. Just waiting for the game to come back. Bottom of the 8th inning, 7-3. Orioles are in trouble. Thank you all for being here today. Gunnar hasn't produced all year, Shane. He really hasn't. Thank you, Sony. Appreciate you sharing out all of our stuff. Hit Hard Game Farm, welcome in. But you know what? Hit Hard, again, I get what you're saying. He obviously he contributed to it, but Narvaez throwing the ball down the right field line on a bunt where they're basically giving you an out certainly didn't help. And Grant Wolfram giving up the 3-run homer to Josh Bell, that kind of didn't help either. So I think blame goes around, and the offense having one hit through 7 innings didn't help either. So there's plenty of blame to go around. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 on Creedler. I think your point is taken. Garcia's not been good, but they certainly didn't help his cause. You know, the 2-run single he gave up, they were playing the infield in. And again, if Narvaez just eats it, it's first and second. There's a fly ball. Grant Wolfram, left field. Center fielder's going to come over, and he's going to take it. Cowser takes it away from him, and that's 1 down. I just think, you know, if Narvaez even just eats that ball right there, it's first and second. The next guy up, you're playing the infield back. That ground ball he hits is probably a ground ball to the shortstop. Maybe you get 2, and it might be a different story. But throwing that ball away, that just doesn't do it. All right, 1 down. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit into center field. The shame with being on the bubble is things like the Gunner current situation currently. Can't drop him down the order and can't give him a few days off because we're only a few games out. Wayman, I don't care at this point. He's not helping you where he is in the lineup. So drop him down. Drop him down to 6th. Drop him down to 7th. He's not helping you at the top of the lineup. You're not winning with him at the top of the lineup. All right, here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1 on a 4-seam fastball. 1-0 to Jeffers. Who do the Dodgers play tonight? Yes, I think they do. There's a curveball inside and low, ball 2. Yeah, I agree, Tim. That's just his thing. That's what he always does. 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. Outside. Runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time. He's going to get the steal. And it's a 2-0 count on Jeffers. Excuse me. So, stolen base for Austin Martin. He's had a day. There's a called strike. Trying to claw their way back into it, but they might just give it right back again. 3-2 pitch. There's a line drive, and that's in the gap. Extra bases. The runner's easily going to score. That's going to be a double. Unbelievable. And they get one of the runs right back. Wolfram gives up the double. 8-3 Minnesota. He left the ball up in the zone, and Jeffers just served it into the right center field gap. Trevor Rogers gave up 4 hits in 4 innings. The bullpen has given up 8 hits the other 4 innings. It's nuts. Here's a ball in the dirt. 2-1. And Grant Wolfram's going to have to take this. He's going to have to take it on the chin here. They are going to leave him in for this inning no matter what. Yep. He lost the challenge. The Orioles challenged it. The catcher challenged it and lost. So the Orioles lose the challenge. They got 1 left. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Nope. Time called by Royce Lewis. I think if I'm Craig Albertaz, I'm going to start packing my bags at home. Yeah, Tim, for sure. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. There's a line drive. Base hit into left field. That's going to score another run. Jeffers rounds third, heading for home. He's going to score. 9-3. Wow. I really do. I gotta tell you that I really think there's a possibility that after this game, there could be some people saying, you know what, that's it. All right, gang, I'm going to call it. This game is over. I'm not staying online. I got to work in the morning. Look, I appreciate all